There is so much anxiety, and I'm seeing it in the light working community, but it's pretty much everywhere. So whether you call yourself a sensitive person or just a person, a starseed, a light worker, a spiritual warrior, we're dealing with a lot of anxiety. So it's kind of like there's something in the air right now. What is that? What is it that we're breathing in that is eliciting this heightened level of anxiety? I recently put up a poll on Instagram. The surprising result was over 80% of people said, yeah, I'm in anxiety right now. And it was kind of like either I'm in anxiety and I've always been here, but it's heightened, or I've never been here before. So this is a scary new place. Less than 20% said, nope, no anxiety for me. And that less than 20%, by the way, you guys are the anchor points. If you're a light worker and you're in that less than 20% that says, no anxiety here, I'm just chilling, I'm just doing my thing. Thank you, because you're playing a really important role. You're anchoring stability on the planet right now. And we need that. That is possibly one of the highest levels of service that you can step into right now, just anchoring stability whilst all the light workers do their cray-cray. So what's it about? Where is the anxiety coming from? Okay. The false matrix is collapsing. And as it collapses, I want you to imagine the scene. It's kind of like a Hollywood blockbuster movie where there's fire and there's brimstone and there's debris and there's explosions and you're flying out of the scene, because that's what's happening as the false matrix collapses. Your brain, however, says, no, it's not. Your brain says, nothing's happening, the world is normal, everything's fine, but at the internal level, the anxiety is uncontrollable, it's heightened, it's getting worse every day. That's because at the energetic level, you're perceiving reality. And that's huge, because you weren't able to do that before. Before, you were only able to perceive the reality that your eyes saw. My eyes see the world is fine. My eyes see the world is normal. My eyes see nothing's collapsing, so nothing's happening. At the inner level, no matter what your eyes see right now, for more than 80% of the light workers, that anxiety is there. We're going to talk about how to handle it, by the way. We're going to talk in depth about what the remedy is. And I want to give you such a thorough understanding of the dynamic here, because it's actually beautiful. If you understand what is actually going on beyond the surface that your eyes can see, you're going to go, holy smoke, I am taking part in a miracle. I'm living through the most enthralling thing on planet Earth right now. This is what we came here to experience. We came here from so many stars. We trained for so many lifetimes for now. Aren't we always used to waiting? Just gotta wait. There is no waiting now. We're in go time. And because we're in go time, anxiety is heightened. Part of it is people are feeling that collapsing matrix and then going, what if I don't make it? What if the false matrix collapses with me in it? What if I can't get out? The awareness is this world is a dying world, the false matrix, the old realm. The awareness is I could get stuck here. The self-doubt creeps in. What if I don't make it? What if I don't have it in me to anchor into the new world that Carrie keeps telling me about? What if everybody else makes it, but I'm left behind? Or can you see now where this anxiety is coming from? Can you see how this plays upon every single core wounding that ever there was? We've been walking around with all of this unresolved baggage, with ideas in our distorted comprehension that says, look, the reason that I came here to planet Earth is, and this is some of the distorted understandings, because I'm a dummy. Because this is where the really slow students come that can't get it right, that have to come and have hard lessons. We come here to planet Earth. I'm not really enlightened. I'm not really anything. I've been put in the back of the class because that's like what planet Earth is. It's, this is the school for the slow kids. That couldn't be further from the truth. You don't get to come here unless you are supremely enlightened. You don't get in. The fact that you're here means that you are a highly evolved being capable of coming into a matrix of absolute forgetfulness and in the absolute forgetfulness caused by the separation to your higher soul self, your authentic essence, you're still going to be able to remember who you are. Like, what does that take? Well, it takes you. More of the distorted understandings are that we're being punished, that this is some kind of karma that we're paying back. More of the distorted illusions are God kicked me out of the nest. God didn't want me. God forgot about me. I've been separated from source and source won't take me back and I can't get back. This is why people turn on God. This is why people turn on what they perceive the universe to be, because it's kind of like when you are hurt by a lover, then you land up going, well, I didn't want you anyway. And you reject the lover just so that the lover doesn't reject you. A lot of people are in these kinds of distortions. So all of this is going to trigger the core woundings, all the unresolved core woundings of pain that we've been harboring and holding within us. What's really happening though is, yes, the false matrix is collapsing, and no, you won't get stuck inside of it. But you're not going to know that. I can say that, I can paint it on a picture and put it on a poster and you can pin it to your wall. It's still not going to help you to know this is the truth until you overcome your own self-doubt. Now, why do you have self-doubt? Okay. We've lived in a mental prison. That's what the false matrix was. No wonder there's so much mental illness, you guys. What's going to happen if you live in a mental prison? My God, of course there's going to be mental illness. Part of that mental illness, by the way, is we experienced so much at the energetic level, kind of like you are right now. And then what we tried to do is take all the stuff from the energetic level and somehow make it logical. So we moved or tried to steer emotions and energy into the mental realm where it didn't belong, where it caused illness. That was an illness. The illness wasn't that there was a mental affliction. It was that we were taking what we're naturally supposed to do, which is to interpret reality vibrationally, to experience ourselves and life at a vibrational level. We might call that feelings, emotions even. And then we made that linear. We made that logical. We drew that up into the mental realm. That's my definition of what mental illness is. We got stuck there though. We got stuck in that mental realm. And that's when we're going, what if I can't get out? What if I can't get out? It's what if I can't get out of that space that I've been locked into, which is the mental realm. Okay, now we're getting juicy. Now we're getting into the core of it. Now we're understanding more about that locked in space. Part of anxiety is that locked in space. The more you try to control, which is what? It's a mental process, right? You don't control your world physically. Like you don't physically look at your world or interact with your world and flex your muscles and try to pin something down and say, I don't want my world to change. So we don't try to exert physical control over our reality. We try to exert mental control. That causes anxiety because the mental control means, first of all, you're strained. Second of all, you're in resistance. To what? To the now, to the flow, to the moment, to the unknown, to the uncertainty. But the crazy part is this: come into that now where you're not in control, surrender into the moment. Start that by just feeling your breath. Let it flow through you. Accept, all right, there's a choice that I have. One choice is to control at the mental realm, and that's just a fear response, and it's okay. I'm not a bad person if that's what I've been trying to do. I'm not a bad person. I was just looking for a means of making my world safe. But I have a choice, and the choice is I can allow myself to really connect with the next breath. I can allow myself to feel the world that I'm in. I can sink. Okay, cool. This is good, guys. Stay with me. I can sink into my body. Because when you're trying to exert control at the mental level, you're not in your body, you're in your brain. You're up out there in the mental realm where you're very uncentered and very unanchored. And that also causes anxiety. It's okay to come into the imperfect now. It's okay to come into the unknown. All that it is, that what we call the unknown, is reality. I know. Listen again. What we call the unknown is actually reality. What we call the unknown is the very essence of your creative power. Reality was once created by the external world. So in other words, you said things like this. There's war externally, so now I feel unsafe. There's peace externally, so now I feel peace. In other words, the external world set the command and you obeyed the command. So you responded to whatever the external showed you. That was the false matrix. Now, in the organic universe that you are already shifting into. That's why you're feeling the anxiety, because you're not understanding how to shift, but you are shifting. You're not quite clear on what you're meant to do, but you are in the process of shifting. You're not going to get left behind, I promise you. This is a very beautiful process. So, reality is created here at the energetic realm. In the organic universe, this is the way it's supposed to be, and this is the way that we're returning to. But the more you validate reality, imagine that. We called this the unknown. We called this the scary place. This is the now. What I'm pointing to here is a field of energy. It's your body, it's presence, it's the now, it's the unknown, it's the unpredictable, it's the essence of who you are. Look at the word that we used to describe the external illusion. We used the word reality. That's what we did. We called the external hologram real, and we diminished actual reality, which was this inner world. This inner world, when you make it real, when you validate it, when you surrender into, this is who I am, this is where I am. Oh, this is what I am. I am this field of energy. Suddenly you become a lot bigger than the confined mental prison version of you. Now you're connecting to more of your fullness, more of your wholeness. And it's okay if it still feels a little bit wonky and a little bit unsafe. Remember, new is always going to feel unsafe, and it's actually okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling discomfort. There's nothing wrong with feeling a little bit unsafe. It's challenging. And challenging is the stuff that's going to grow you. Being challenged is going to facilitate growth. And of course, please never misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not saying you should put yourself in a dangerous situation. I'm not saying if you are in a fear-based situation because somebody is attacking you that it's okay then to feel afraid. I'm saying emotionally. If you feel emotionally insecure, you feel emotionally afraid right now of being in the unpredictable now, that's a good fear to have. And please be with it, because it will dissolve. And it will be easier, listen to this, it'll be easier to stay there than pop up into your brain and analyze everything. Because when you're up in the brain, you're not in the now, you're in analysis. And guess where else you are? You're in the illusion that we once called reality. And then you're going to panic, because then you're going to go, oh, I'm going to get left out of everything. Do you see? That is when you're left out of everything. You're left out of the organic universe that's taking space, taking shape, taking form. You're on the outside of it. If you're sitting in your mental prison where you're trying to think through everything, control everything, that's going to elicit heightened levels of anxiety. What eases the anxiety is actually stepping into the flow of the now, of the unknown, of presence, of essence, where you start feeling the world. And a great way to shift into this is just this. Feel your breath. If you feel your breath, you can shift from your breath and sink down beyond your breath into your heart, into your chest, into your arms, into your torso, into your legs. Look at that, shifting your awareness down into the body. The Deep Relaxation Trilogy series, it's a 3 meditation series called the Deep Relaxation Trilogy. It's on my online shop. It's really cheap. Go listen to it. It's cheap for a reason, because I want you guys to have access to this. It's just going to help you center. And if you do one thing right now, centering is going to support you enormously. And actually, that trilogy series does a lot more than center you. It just starts out there. And that's a really, really good start. It lands up connecting you to your inner world and even to your soul. Guided meditation is absolutely a perfect answer for right now. But so is being in the now, being in the breath, being embodied. Because when you're there, you're going to go, why did I ever think I was going to get left behind? That was weird. When you're in this place that I'm referring to, which you can anchor into at any point, when you're here, the anxiety dissipates. When you pop up into your mind, the anxiety is going to be back again. So anxiety is going to be a really good measure of where you're anchored. My online community, the Plasma Light Tribe. If you're a member of the Light Tribe or would like to be, that's on my website, kerrykay.com. Go and look in our library. We have an online library. Go and look for any energetic work, any meditations, and there are loads. Go do those meditations. Invest your time in working energetically, because the more you do that, the more you're going to shift through the anxiety. You're not going to get left behind, but you have to meet yourself in the now. We were once very attached to our thoughts. Now we've got to get very anchored into our presence. From my heart, all the way into yours. Breathe, baby, breathe. Center with me now. Feel the stillness in these words. Can you feel? Right here. In between the words, there is silence. Get it? Feel it? Let yourself. I'm holding you while you do this in the stillness and in the silence. There's an energy field of love. That's all it is. And love is safe. And you are safe. You've got this. You just needed to re-anchor. That was all. That was all. You just needed to re-anchor into the part of you that can navigate the new earth that's coming in, or the new frequencies that are coming in. Speak to you really soon. Please do drop a like on this video, drop a comment if you can, because of course that helps for more people on YouTube to have access to this content. Lots of love, everyone.